been declined. Oh no.
Sir, your loan application has been denied.
But I don't understand.
Huh?
How did they get all of my info?
Greetings, you polite savages. You know, we gotta come to grips that this economy is gigajacked. And there's folks out there whose entire job is to sell, buy, and steal your information and trade it on the web like a busted bootleg stock market. It's a big game, it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
And a few years ago, I was in the Philippines on a business trip. And on the last day, 2 hours before our closing dinner, I found out that my bank account was totally wiped out. I had to make emergency calls home, get Western Union wired to me so I can actually complete the transaction. And if it could happen to me, it could definitely happen to you. And that's why we partnered with Aura, the sponsor of this stream. You see, Aura searches the web for your information, actively scrubs it, sends you alerts when you've been exposed, and offers a host of different electronic devices to help you control your finances. Use the link pinned in the description for a 2-week trial, and that's long enough for you to try the service and find out exactly what they have to offer you. We don't endorse many products here at the THPP Network. We are selective indeed, but trust me, it's better to have this and stop these issues before it starts than to be stranded out there trying to figure it out in real time. Sometimes you just don't want to handle the tip, you dig? Polite savages.
At this time, we ask that you turn off your portable electronic devices. You are now free to move. Flight crew, prepare for landing. Flight crew, prepare for landing. Flight crew, prepare for landing. At this time, we ask that you turn off your portable electronic devices. You are now free to move. Flight crew, prepare for landing.
Gorilla on the beat.
of women, black women, need to understand something, that your biggest enemy is not a white woman. Your biggest problem is not, N-O-T, not a white woman. Your biggest enemy is Marisol. Your biggest enemy is the Hispanic woman. She understands how to season food. She understands sensuality, femininity, and she was raised in a patriarchal environment.
Damn, I haven't had a chance to turn down one man yet. Oh, I'm gonna do a sexy run down the beach. That always gets them.
Oh, man.
Damn, I ain't never seen a white girl with cornrows before. Oh man, that bitch bad. It's something about the novelty of it, you know what I'm saying? It's like seeing a Bigfoot in this mother.
Drop the snow bunny and go get you some chocolate honey. Bronny, drop the bunny and get you some chocolate honey. I can't cheer for you, my brother, if you're going against the black woman by dating and mating outside the community. So if Bronny James drops the snow bunny, I will root for him and his father on the basketball court.
Brother, why you holding hands with that snow bunny? You ought to get yourself an African queen, man. You need to repent. Hear the word. For the Most High.
Man, what?
For the Most High.
A big difference between the snow bunny and the African queen is the snow bunny will find a black man in progress. She will find him on the job. She will find him on the university. And that snow bunny will see a black man with potential and she will invest in him. She will help him level up. And then when the sisters see him 5 years ago, 5 years later, he's a millionaire. And the sisters say, look at that sellout. He went and got a white girl. But guess what? When he was looking for a sister to help him level up, to invest in him, none of them wanted it. You know why? Too many black women want a finished product. Black women have to, stay with me. Black women have to stop expecting men to be a finished product. It's harder on us. Help him level up. Stay with me. Help him level up and become what you need him to be. Because the big reason why these snow bunnies are running off with black men is they're meeting them when they have nothing, but they believe in their vision. And black women are waiting for him to cross the finish line. And by the time he crosses the finish line, the snow bunny then snatches him away.
Yo, what is going on? Can I get a 1 in the chat? Can I get a 1 in the chat if my audio is okay? Can I get a 1 in the chat? I think I'm a little low. Let me turn myself up. Can I get a 1 if my audio is okay? I just want to say good evening to everybody. Welcome to Late Night at the Tip. I just want a 1 in that chat, and we're going to get right down to the content. We got a lot of things to go over today. A lot of things to go over. And oh, I got a 2. I got a 2. I don't get a 1. Yep. I see some 1s in there. Good, cool. I was nervous. So, man, I ain't gonna lie. Your boy almost didn't make it today. Your boy was sitting here trying to put it together. I was working slow, procrastinating. Man, don't you, boy? I was procrastinating. It was just crazy. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined us. I don't want $1 or a dime. What I really want is your time. If you want to donate, I will read it. I will give you a little something, but it is not necessary. What I want to do is I want to chill with everybody. I want to talk some shit and swallow spit. That's what I'm here to do tonight. And of course, I am your favorite AI person who's not really AI, but everybody thought my voice was AI, so I had to do it live. And my name is Grover. This is the Tip Network. And this is Late Night at the Tip. I got some folks in the house that I got to give a shout to. I got my #1 moderator, been my moderator since day one of my day ones, and Uncle Guns.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
Uncle Guns, veteran extraordinaire. This one is for you. And I got my guy, Kings and Dreams, in the house. You made it to it live, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate your vision.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
Now, we got some news breaking. A lot of things happened this month. 20 25, the end of 25 was crazy, and 2026 was off the hook. And one of the things that was going on is that there's been a lot of issues with the Passport Bro scene. Can't even say Passport Bro no more. You're going to get throttled. And I'm going to tell you this. I told you. I told you. Listen, I know a lot of people in the community. These are some great creators, some awesome people, some family men, some people who travel the world, and regardless what they're looking for, and not everybody's on that BS that Floyd was on. But I got to tell the truth. I sat there and I told him, I said, listen, you putting a mark on your back. They're going to start deleting channels. They're going to start making it hard for you on the yard. And it happened. And it started to happen. So we're going to do a little reaction. But before I do that, I want to know who's in the house. I want to get this chat lit. I want to know what's going on. I want to know where you're from. And I want a roll call. Where are we at out there? I want to know where everybody is. Where's the roll call? Yeah. Where we coming from? I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. I am in the San Francisco Bay Area. Where we at out there? I want to know where my folks are tuning in from. It blows my mind when I see people from all over. I got somebody live money from Denver, Tallahassee, Florida, ATL. Let's go, Chap Powers. Another ATL. Oh no, DJ O, you from the Yay. My G, you gotta hit me up, man. Monterey Bay in the house. Madison, Wisconsin, the 608. My first cousin played at Marquette. Phoenix. Somebody in the high desert. Or is that the low desert? Sunrise, Florida. Let's go. Hey, Chicago. Bronx, Connecticut, Indianapolis, Miramar, Florida. My goodness, we got people all over this country out here. Maine, Brooklyn in the house. Oh, that must be Kings and Dreams. Naptown, baby. There we go. Hey. Man, I am so excited to have all of y'all in here. And we have our first super chat. And let's see what is going on. First of all, it's Kings and Dreams, moderator extraordinaire. Dallas by way of H-Town. Hey, LJ Reese. That last name, Mr. Reese, looks mighty familiar, if you recognize what I mean. New Jersey in the house. Hey, what's going on? Hey, somebody gave me a $5 super chat. I am so excited. Thank you so much. And if I wasn't going to say hi, I would be
delusional as fuck.
I said, wait a minute.
So what I got to do is I got to give you a little something, man. Hey, maybe it's showtime. Yes, and what does my guy Kings and Dreams says? Stayed up late for that Miami, Indiana game. Your boy is broken hearted. I'm here to tune in and chill out. Wow, my G. Yeah, I ain't never thought in my life I'd see Indiana winning on the gridiron. Indiana, a basketball team when I'm growing up, right? But things have changed. Hey, Cascar, I see you, my G. And I got somebody from OKC in New Jersey, Dirty Jersey in the house. Well, I want to get right into the content. I don't want to hold you too long. I don't want to keep you up all in the middle of the night for my folks on the East Coast, but I really want to talk about this. And let's just discuss it together. Got a little breaking news for you.
But then 2025 came. And what I started to notice in Black
shout out to
YouTube
O'Shea,
were these particular
one of the
streamers.
OGs in the space.
Now,
O'Shea
these
Duke
streamers,
Jackson,
guys like NYC, The Future, or J Rello, these were guys who typically couldn't afford to travel, but they would just get on YouTube Live and then they would just start begging for money, raising money for the trips. And
so this is something I've always talked about. Now, let me give you a little background here. What's going on is he's talking about how Passport Bros channels were deleted, right? Probably should have gave you a little more insight, but you know, your boy was struggling today to get here. I'm telling you, I almost didn't make it. But one thing that I did notice that was quite odd, because I've traveled all over the world, and I've traveled on my own dime, I've traveled on a company dime, and I've traveled on an entertainment dime. Entertainment dime, I was being paid to go someplace and play. Shout out to the Content Creators Pro Club. I have a fellow jazz musician in there, Robert Stringer. He's actually a Grammy Award winner. I don't want to call it out too bad, but it's like, dang, when I started saying something in music theory and I looked at him, I'm like, I'm right? He's like, yeah. But I traveled on that dime. I traveled the world on it. Got to go to Asia, got to go everywhere. But this thing that started happening, and I knew that there had to be separation from the real and the flaw, is that fools would come out here and just e-bag their way to a different spot. They'd e-bag their way and they'd start talking about things that you would only talk about if you wasn't really spending your own money to go there. And it was open season, especially when you seen this really start exploding and this Passport Bro start exploding at the end of COVID and the year following. And I'm not saying that all of the brothers are doing it. Like I said, I know a lot of the brothers and they excellent. But what I am saying is that, especially these cats that O'Shea is talking about here, it was pretty obvious in some ways, and I hate to say it.
Interesting happened.
They got the money.
They got the money. This would be true with Floyd Wallace Jr. And alongside Floyd Wallace, again, there was Jay Rello, NYC The Future. So you had these men who had no real ways of having income, but because they were willing to crash out, they would be able to get full trips.
So let me stop it here for a second, because I got to stop, start, because I got to do some fair use. But this is what I'm talking about, where you want a separation and you want to separate yourself from the riffraff. I'm not trying to say that everybody in here should do something or should separate themselves from craziness, but you can't expect to rise to the top but hanging around garbage in the sewer. I mean, you can always appreciate where you come from, but we got fools here who really couldn't afford to travel, who would beg their way to traveling, talk their way into the travel space, and of course, they're going to crash out. They're going to do anything. They're going to be tap dancing. They're not going to hold any type of responsibility and any type of responsible frame and any type of representation abroad when they're traveling. I mean, look at how Floyd looked in that picture. Floyd unwashed, not really having nothing going on, not really doing anything for himself, crashing out, being crazy. Jay Rello, Kings, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the cat daddy who was stuck in the Dominican Republic or something and was trying to get donations to get home, or he did a bunch of crazy stuff. I know he was acting wild in Kenya, and I'm not disparaging these folks. I mean, well, I'm disparaging Floyd. If Floyd is guilty for what they got him for, Floyd need to go to jail and be dealt with appropriately by those authorities the way they want to deal with it. And Lord help you, I looked into the jails in Brazil. So I'm not disparaging people who travel on a budget. I mean, I don't disparage people who backpack, but what I do disparage is you acting wild in this new streaming type of society where you can violate people and get away with it because nobody's going to do nothing to you. Or you think you're tougher than everybody. And it's just like as grown men and as men, as black men who are traveling, it's pathetic. Because when I travel, and, of course I'm blessed and I do all right, and I've been doing all right for a decade. I travel business class, but I travel business class so I don't sit next to those idiots. I travel business class so I don't deal with people like that. And I put myself in situations where I don't have to deal with people embarrassing me like that. When I sit down and I do a business deal with somebody, they understand that I am that person that they want to do a deal with. Because especially in Asia, face is everything. And so looking at this, it's kind of pathetic.
Across the world. And so that is where the problem really started. And we saw it in spots like with Jay Rello in Kenya when he was recording women without their permission.
So
I told you I was a YouTuber though.
You did not.
I didn't tell you I was a YouTuber.
This to me is the most attractive thing about being here because your money can go so far because the chicks are mid, so you're not even like, it don't put you in that, oh shit, let me see, it don't put you in that like a Thailand or a
So this is the fool. I got confirmation on the chat. This is the fool who was acting a certain type of way. And I do know, Mr. Powers, I do know that in the military, they tell you how to act when you're going places. So the crazy thing to me is that these folks have a lot of supporters. A lot of people like their content because they like crash out content. They like people saying things, but like filming someone in a different country without permission can literally get you in a world of shit. I'm just telling you, like one of the things is I just went and shot some food content in Brazil, and I was up in the favelas, and I literally asked the shot caller. I was like, "Yo, what can I film?" And he said, "Listen, brother, film the water, film the coast. Don't film behind you. I don't want to see that camera pointed that way." That's how serious this can get. Now, listen, I ain't a fool, and I've lived to a nice old age for a reason. I was like, I got you, and I knew to ask that question because I know what serious people look like. But this constant violation that people won't get you in trouble is kind of idiotic in the word.
Brazil or a Medi or a Sua.
Now, this is Jay Rello going to Kenya, talking about the women are mid and this is why it's so cheap to be here. And basically, these are guys talking about their sexual exploitations wherever they go. And this was kind of really...
And this is something, too. You're going to get on YouTube and talk about, oh, it's not a lot of money to spend. We're going to do like this. I know we've rehashed this, but these are the things that, you know, they want to judge all of us by who travel. So when you're going somewhere and it's like, okay, like, first of all, man's going someplace. I'm not asking him what he's going there for. You go there to have a vacation. You go there to mind your business. It's your business. But let's say you go to, let's say you're going to Medellin. Or you go to Medellin. I mean, I had an editor who lived in Medellin for a little while. And, you know, it was a man and a wife. And they were like, why don't you come visit us? Come visit us, Medellin, hang out. You've been good to us, this and that. And I'm like, cool, maybe I will. Because, you know, they were doing auxiliary for other projects for Facebook and other things that I couldn't pick up the slack on, that Scotty couldn't pick up the slack on. I was like, cool, that'd be awesome. Maybe I'll do it. But I didn't go because I didn't wind up having the time. But that's one of the weird things that, like, you want to go there. It could be business. It could be just relaxation. But these folks come in here, and these are the broken dusties. These are the folks who make everybody look bad. Can you hear me? Do you guys understand what I'm saying out there? Give me a 1 if you understand what I'm saying, that like this type of representation is a horrible representation, especially for brothers brothers abroad. Or give me a 2 if it don't make no difference and you just doing your own thing. So let me get a 1 in the chat if this is straight up BS what this person was pulling and that makes all the brothers look bad. Or give me a 2 in the chat if you folks ain't really tripping on it. If it ain't a big thing, it doesn't involve me. Let's see, so I see 1. I see another 1. I see a couple of people getting there. All right. Damn, it's that bad, huh? That literally the ladies in Kenya, literally. Miss Wanda Harrison. Now, Miss Wanda Harrison, you know, now when I got my lady polite savages, I like to call them out and say, I appreciate you and thank you for being here. I seen Lucy Verse. I seen Iris, all the lady polite savages. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. So this is what I'm saying. At one point, the guilty by association fallacy, just because it's a fallacy does not mean it's not a reality. You know, if you see a whole bunch of fools coming over here acting stupid, and you look like one of the fools who was acting stupid, they're going to assume that your dumb ass is going to be acting stupid. And you could be a straight up and down, you could be a prince of a man. You could be somebody who absolutely understands how to conduct himself in person, how to conduct himself in public. You could be somebody like I open doors for my woman. I open doors for her. She don't have to open no doors. I mean, I don't like her to pump gas. Oh, you're a simp. Shut up. I was raised right. That's my woman. She don't pump gas. She don't open doors, and she shouldn't really have to worry about any type of monetary issue. That don't mean that she don't have to do nothing in life. It don't mean that she don't have to put forth anything in life, but what it means is that with me, her life is better because she's with me. Just like my life is better because I'm with her. This is what I'm talking about. People don't even know that about you when you look like a fool like this. They just assume that you out here clowning women in Kenya, paying for this or paying for that, comparing prices on the air. You know, oh, I'm gonna give my people the information. So what, you got a monger school? It's stupid, and it's too many people doing that. That was my only issue with it.
The first strike, right? And then there was it.
A YouTuber named Floyd
Uh-oh.
Wallace Jr. has been arrested in Brazil.
Man, why Floyd always look jacked up though? Can anyone tell me why Floyd? I seen one day Floyd was with Holloman Austin. I called him by his last name, man. You tell I've been around too many military folks. Too many military folks, or too many people on the dang sports team. He was with Austin. Austin shaved his face up and cleaned him up and gave him a new shirt, and he still looked like hot garbage. Dude was touched, man. And this is the fool that will wind up representing you. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell all my folks, all my black people, and I'll even extend this to the greater diaspora with my hue. They always going to try to make you represented by that. Our job is to get rid of these fools out of the culture. Get rid of these fools so they don't even think they can represent us. I'm going to tell you right now, you can't be a polite savage up here acting crazy. I'm sorry. You can't be down with the team. I don't need you. I'm going to vote you off the island. I don't want nothing to do with you. If you like this, I don't need you. The people who represent me, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to have a whole bunch of money, but you have to know how to wash your ass, shave, brush your teeth, and speak. Or you can't be around me. And I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you think I'm elitist. Well, fuck, call me elitist. I pay money in business class or first class to stay away from shit like this anyway. I don't care if you think I'm this or that. When I go to the golf course, I go to a club to stay away from people like that. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't want to live around them. I don't want to be around them. You can call me a sellout, call me whatever you want, because the only thing that's going to happen with weirdos like this is that when he's going to be walking by, you're going to have to hold your kid's hand a little tighter. You're going to have to grab your lady a little tighter, and you're going to have to look at him with a discerning eye like, do I got to get the heater or something? This is the type of dude. I'm too old to be tussling with these fools. I'm too old to be doing anything like that with anybody. I'm too old to be trying. I ain't tough. I ain't going to be on air. Oh, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to do this and that. I'm not fighting nobody. I'm not trying to get no fights. I'm trying to stay away from idiots and fools. I want to stay away from weirdos and losers. This is me in 2026. No weirdos, no losers. If you're a weirdo and loser, go somewhere else. I'm tired of it. And I don't want that representing me. I don't want it to represent my nephew when he travels. I don't want it to represent my other nephew when he's on the job site making $1.50 a year, and I don't mean $1.50, with a whole bunch of people under him having to listen to him. I don't want it. I don't want nobody. I don't want my cousins, nobody represented by no shit like this. We gotta purge this shit out the culture. That's what I was talking to you about. When I went there and I said, I'm sick and tired of this, and it's on members only because it was gonna get demonetized. I was sick and tired of fools who look like this, who act like this, who represent like this, trying to represent me. And let me tell you something. I don't care from the outside looking in. I don't care who he is. Because the powers that be, the people in charge, the people who make policy, the people who run this channel, they looked at him guilty by association. And I have it on authority, real authority, that over 250 channels were zapped this week because of this motherfucker. And that's my problem with it.
Brazil.
Floyd lost the News Now
Shout out LTTV. I actually think he's cool.
Only channel.
You know,
Skyler DeRuin lost his
I'll forgive him for being
you
from
see him on
Canada.
the screen. He spoke it into existence. He loved to troll. He loved to talk shit. He went back to Brazil after being on watch and notice. He didn't take it seriously. Now look what happened. Channel gone, channel clapped. Also, Giamo Jackson. Channel clapped. Gone.
Giamo Jackson's a fool too. If you guys don't know about this cat been out there acting crazy. I mean, this cat literally has his own OnlyFans. Come on, Chris. I mean, I'm not Skyler, but Giamo.
Okay.
So what I'm saying to everybody, and just what I was saying, is that all these channels got clapped. And I was telling folks, I was saying, listen, you have to understand one thing, that whether you think you're going to be represented by this person or not, whether you want that representation, it doesn't make a difference. And so I just wanted everybody to know that me personally and the folks who, I want to call it the society of gentlemen who travel. The ones that I know, they ain't with this punk shit. Give me a 1 in the chat if you travel and you ain't with this shit that this person was doing. Just give me a 1 if you travel and you go and you know how to be a man in the world, because that's what we need to have. And hey, a lot of folks, man, I had a lot of people tell me guilty by association. I don't live in a communist country. I do what I want. So give me a 2 if you're going to do what you want. I ain't worried about it. I just need to know where all my 1s at so I can avoid all the 2s. And don't take it personal if I avoid you. If I don't want to be around you, I don't want to be around you. You don't have to like me. You could think I wear funny hats and I ain't cool. It's all right. I ain't trying to be cool for you. I'm already cool for me. You see, let me tell you something. When you're a man and you've been a man for a long time, you don't worry about what other people think about you. I was cool when I was 450 pounds. I was a cool 450 pound motherfucker. I just couldn't run up a flight of stairs because I breathed too heavy. But I was still cooler than a motherfucker. And I'm cool right now. You know why? Because I don't need validation from nobody else. I don't need it. And I will refuse to be around people of low quality from this day forward. That's why I rock with my polite savages in here. 74 strong is all I need. I don't need 3,000 people in the chat. I don't need 10,000 people in the chat. I don't need 40,000 people in the chat, because I ain't gonna be out here twerking for master anyway. I'm gonna say exactly how I feel, the whole truth and nothing but the truth as I see it. That's what I'm gonna do. And if they don't like it, let me tell you something. I tell people this all the time. If you don't like the attitude, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Don't have to announce yourself on the way out. If you think anything I said was not cool, you don't have to announce. You don't have to worry about it. You can kiss my black ass or the brown part of my black ass, and you could go on and see yourself out, because my mama didn't raise a fool and my daddy didn't raise a punk. Bottom line. Okay. That's all I got to say about that. And that's the only thing I'm going to say about this until something else come up. I ain't going to be beating a dead horse, right? But I was talking in the Content Creators Pro Club when we had our class on Sunday. And one of the things I was saying is that a lot of channels can just go missing. And this is one of the reasons. A lot of channels, they get de-emphasized, and that's the reason. I want you folks to understand that a lot of folks, this is their business. This is not the only thing I do. You know, I teach content, I do consultations. You know, I mean, I had somebody hit me up with a travel consultation because they wanted to know where to take their wife for honeymoons in Thailand. And I gave them some destinations that I knew, and I actually introduced him to one of the managers I went to college with of one of the places him and his wife runs. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I do, right? But what I'm not going to do, so I'm not going to be associated with bullshit, because one of the great things about being 52 years old as hell, as a YN say, as a youngster say, man, you old as hell, hunk. All right, well, let it be. Let it be old as hell. But one of the great things about it is that I don't have to put up with too much bullshit. And that's what I really like about it. All right. So I want to talk to the ladies in the chat for a second, because the fellas already know this. For me personally, there was three incidences that I really didn't understand where black women were coming from. And you know, I'm not one of those dudes who like, oh, I date somebody else, I'm married to somebody else, I gotta talk bad about sisters. Nah, because the women in my family are solid. I got, and everybody probably think like this, ain't none of my aunties, especially on my daddy's side, you can't put them out there like that. They won't allow you. They won't even get in an argument with you. My aunties are women. I grew up around a bunch of women. I ain't never seen my auntie's thighs, man. She always wear a dress or some pants. I ain't never seen her dress crazy. I ain't never seen her out like that. The women in my family, especially the older women from East Texas and from the Houston area, they are up and down women that they can, and let me tell you something, house be spick and span, working a job, husband bring the check home, no drinking in the house. If you wanted to drink, you had to go in the garage. And I looked at my uncle when I got older, and my uncle was like, that's the rules, boy. What you doing? So you go to the garage if you want to have a sip of alcohol, and you better be sneaking it, and you better not come in there stumbling, drunk, and acting stupid, and she better not smelling on you. That was my auntie's house rules. God bless her. She is awesome to this day. I just talked to her day before yesterday just to tell them I love her. That's the type of women I grew up with. My mama too. You know, my mama was a little more liberal in how she would speak because she get upset. She from Louisiana. Nobody cuss you out like a woman from Louisiana. But when it comes down to it, when it came down to being a woman, my auntie and my uncle been married for 56 years. I'm 52 years old. I don't know nothing else. My other auntie was married to my uncle for 46 years until my uncle passed away, God bless his soul. My auntie on my mama's side and my uncle, they was married until my uncle passed away. This is what I'm talking about. These are real women. They called me. And I had some ladies and some older ladies who I knew when I was playing music, who I stayed in touch with, you know, just because I was friends with their husbands. Their husbands passed away, so I call them and check in on them on holidays. And they called me, and they were really confused about when Kobe Bryant passed away. And we'll get to it in the content, but they just didn't understand. They didn't understand how so many sisters was talking bad about Kobe Bryant, and especially because they're like, why? Because he married a Salvadorian woman. Didn't understand it. I understood why a lot of sisters talk bad when Kevin Samuels died. Because y'all didn't like him. Kevin Samuels would tell you stuff that you don't want to hear. He told men that for years, by the way. I know men. I know the dude personally who Kevin Samuels looked at him and said, bro, you fat, you short, pick a struggle. I know dude personally. I've spoken to dude before. He hates Kevin Samuels. Kevin embarrassed him, but you know what? Kevin Samuels was telling him the truth. You can't be bald, fat, and broke. You better get it together. That's the stress of a man that'll make you do that, bro, because it's okay for women to reject you. It's okay for a woman to reject you, just like it's okay for you not to want to date her. They'll sit here and they'll tell you that Kobe Bryant is guilty. They'll tell you that Kobe Bryant did something that he got exonerated for, and this is why they make it. And then they'll sit here and run with that Umar Johnson BS, that Umar Johnson cap, which I'm going to put to it. I'm going to put the nail in the deathbed right now. Because, oh, well, all of his money went to that other's family. Let me let you in on a secret. Everyone just look at me. Just bring it right here. Let me tell you something. When he was married to that woman, his money was there already. It didn't make a damn difference when he died. When you want your money to go somewhere, you have what's called a living trust, an irrevocable living trust. And that's how you control your money. So your money can go to this charity, this person, or that person. They ain't going to be able to do nothing with it if it's a trust. A will, they can break it, but a trust, they can't break it because you get that trust when you're young and you have sound mind and you can change the trust. That money was never going to nowhere except where Kobe wanted it to go. You think Kobe didn't want that money to go to his family? You think he didn't want his wife to get all of that money so his daughters could have every opportunity in the world so they can never struggle, so they can never see any struggle? You think he wanted his wife to struggle? You think he wanted everybody that Kobe wanted to take care of, Kobe was taking care of them. And you ain't got a fucking right to talk about that man's money. I never understood why you hate it because I ain't never seen Kobe say nothing bad. And then they said Kobe never did nothing bad good for black people. When you look up Kobe Bryant's charities, and they were all for black people. Stupidity exon. Kevin Samuels, they wanted him to go. And they still upset because they wanted Kevin Samuels. They wanted him to be out with a man, but he was out with a thick Latina. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? He was with a thick Latina, and that's what made him mad. And when Kamala Harris lost the election, and I read and I seen how TikTok exploded with women saying, on camera, not AI, next time something happened to you, black man, don't look at us. We ain't doing nothing. You can't really be upset at brothers for dabbling in the snow. Now, I got a strict policy. I ain't going to just disparage all black women. I'll tell you, before I start talking about black women, I will run down every black woman who's ever done something great in my life. My older sister was one of the baddest mentality as far as being on point of women I've ever been around. God bless her soul. She died in 2008, Thanksgiving Day. She was the baddest. She told me how to talk to women. She was the first one to tell me, hey boy, you know, you're going to sit here with your clothes looking like that, then you're wondering why these women won't mess with you. She's a good woman. I will tell you about good people that I've come across before I tell you about the bad, because I'm not a hypocrite. But these harlots was acting like that they ain't never met a good man. And that's the issue. All right, I've talked enough. I got a little special treat for you. I know you guys seen Tommy on the thumbnail, so let's get into it.
If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him. Ooh, something in him is weak. I think when I see a black woman with a white man, I think, oh, she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now.
Why is that acceptable? Look at this double standard. And this is the thing I say. You know, when you have a double standard like this, it would just be like, I can't even think of a suitable double standard if you're going to look at somebody and see different things, except that perception is reality. And the reality of this is that these ladies are strictly delusional, because if you're going to look at it, you're going to look at this man. Oh, well, I know it's wrong, but I just see she was just tired. She was just tired. She wasn't tired. She seen something she liked and she went for it. Maybe he spent money that she wanted. Maybe she just liked the snow. Whatever it is, it doesn't make a difference. But let me tell you something. And I'll be honest, I know some sisters that are absolutely wonderful. Man, I bump into a group of sisters at the coffee shop. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Miss Lady? Going about your business. I can just tell by the way they hold themselves. I'm like, salute to you ladies. Do your thing, right? Always polite, always in pocket. You know, God bless them. But you know that loudness, that acting crazy and stuff? Other people do it. Other people just don't celebrate it. And that's the problem.
I don't generally believe in anybody saying that they don't date their own race. What I do believe is being open to dating anybody. And I've always stood by that. And I've always said that I can't stand when people hide their significant others. And I cannot stand, which is a conversation that we've talked about, because you see that in Hollywood with black men. And we can get into that conversation.
But Tisha Arnold was hiding her relationship with Brian Austin Green. Oh, and then she capped and pulled all this cappage saying that, oh, well, he was going to get what a white woman is. You didn't know what woman he was going to get with. When he was 22 years old and he was only with sisters, you thought, oh, his legacy and this and that's good. He was 22 years old. He didn't have no goddamn legacy at the time. You was 24 years old. He was 22. He didn't have a legacy. He was on 90210. You was on Martin. Martin was actually a bigger show at the time than 90210. 90210 had a longer run. But Martin was actually a bigger international show than 90210. People don't want to hear about it. People don't know. And then as Martin started dying down, 90210 exploded and had some legs, and he was in it. But she's over here talking this cappage. And if I do a video about it, I'll go deep into it. But the cappage that, oh, well, I knew he was going he was gonna give his resources. You ain't thinking about no motherfucking resources when you 24 years old. You thinking about that dick. That's what she was thinking about, and that's what she wanted. And so for her to say that, and for these ladies to say, I don't want somebody hiding, but let me tell you something, the people who be hiding be the ladies. They're the ones hiding it. They're the ones hiding it, not the dudes. You could tell the dudes ain't hiding it. Shit, look at the Indiana Pacers.
As well.
Ooh, I have vision insecure too.
And I have a problem where people say they don't date their own race.
So this is what I'm saying. I don't care who anybody dates. I don't. If black women are so fed up or angry with black men that they want to try white guys, fine.
Well, why is it this?
So I want you folks to notice something right now. This drives me crazy. Crazy. That man sat there and didn't say a word when that woman gave that whole ass sermon. He didn't say a word. He was quiet. But Miss Thikisha over here, as soon as he said something she didn't like, she had to jump in. She was just waiting. Oh, she was double dutching. She was waiting until she said, let me get in there. Let me start double dutching. Let me start double dutching. This is what I'm talking about. Don't you know that's the problem? Ladies, let me tell you something. You can't tell a man to express himself, then turn around and cut him off when he expresses himself. When a man starts to talk and you cut him off, he's going to do what he did here. You're only going to get two type of reactions. He's going to shut up because he doesn't want to argue, or he's going to say something, then shut up. But you're never going to get his feelings. You're never going to get his thoughts, and you're never going to flush it up because you can't close your mouth, and nobody wants to sit here and argue with a cackling jackass.
Assumption that we're fed up or angry.
Well, no, what I tell you why it's an assumption. First of all, I'm not making this up. I'm telling you exactly what I'm seeing said.
We are black women, by the way.
Couldn't let him finish again. So he couldn't finish twice. He said something to cut. Now, if he would have did that to them, they would have called him sassy. They would have talked about his sexuality. This is my problem here. And this is why brothers are playing in the snow. You cannot get upset at somebody for doing that. You can't say, I don't care about this and that. Then he goes and expresses himself, and then you cut him off. You care. You care because you don't want to never hear another type of narrative.
No.
And by the way, this is not a stupid ass end panel show with a bunch of yelling people. All of these people are supposed to have their shit together.
No. Anyway, Kobe leaves behind his wife, Vanessa, and his 3 daughters, Natalia, Capri, and Bianca. There's obviously been an outpouring of support from around the world, from guys like Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, baseball players, football players, celebrities. Everyone and anyone has expressed their grief and sympathy for the Bryant family, and then of course the other families who of course were involved in the crash, right? But there is one group of individuals who are not quite as grief-stricken about the death of Kobe Bryant. One group of individuals who aren't saddened by this tragic death of a legend. One group of individuals who actually seem to be happy that Kobe Bryant left us much too soon. They are happy that Kobe Bryant died young in the prime of his life. And that group of people are American black females.
Because all skin folk ain't kin folk. So I just want you folks to be aware that one of my best friends that I've ever had in life, I played music with. I actually played in his band when I toured Europe, North Africa. He has sons, and his sons are really good friends of mine. His sons played basketball. As a matter of fact, one of them played for the National Junior Olympic team for Switzerland. They loved them some Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant to them was Jordan to me, where he just could do everything. You have to understand that they only seen Jordan in film and like when he was an old man, but they got to see prime time Jelly Bean, Kobe Bean Bryant, right? So it was like Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady. These were their guys, right? So when Kobe Bryant died, I remember getting a call from this young man, and he was like teary-eyed. Now, I was dealing with some stuff too, because my father had just passed away a few months before that, and I was still in a mental weird space. And I got this, somebody who I've been a mentor to in a lot of ways, somebody who I used to carry him on my shoulder. I used to walk around towns in France and carry him on my shoulder. And we used to be like, we're conquering this town. And he used to be like, little kid, right? Because he's a little black kid from Europe, right? So, and he didn't see a lot of Americans. So what happened was he was actually crying a little. I was like, what you crying for? What happened? He was like, I don't understand how your women in America is talking like this about Kobe. He was looking at tweets. He was on Twitter and watching them celebrate his death. This is an international issue of our image. The image of black people is an international image. I started off with the passport bro stuff so I could try to drill it into there. But I'm coming back here because I drilled it into the fellas. Because I had smoke for the fellas. I don't know if you recognize that whole opening segment was smoke for the fellas. I got smoke for the ladies now. You cannot be around me with this mentality. Just get the fuck away. I can't have it. I'm sorry. If you gonna be upset and celebrate someone's death because of who they married and stayed married to till they were dead, then make sure that you never say anything positive about Frederick Douglass. Make sure. I mean, Kaskar just said, yep, I saw a Chinese couple reacting to how they talked about Kobe. You have to understand that the whole world looks at us. We set in this country, in our sector, the flavor for the world. Just understand that. Let's get into a little Tommy Sotomayor.
They never said they're going to boycott this black woman for being with a white man. They never said that Serena Williams must hate her daddy. They never said Venus Williams hate her daddy.
Yeah.
Hate herself.
That's true.
Yeah. So she walk around in a blonde wig looking like the beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Hey, you know what? I know a lot of people don't like Tommy Sotomayor, but Tommy Sotomayor funny as hell, bro. Tommy Sotomayor is a gifted orator, and he's gifted on YouTube. I mean, he goes off the rails. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. I mean, I got to give respect to people who was doing it and really representing the space in the men's content for years. And Tommy Sotomayor has been that. He has been that. I'm just going to say, whether you like him or not. And, dude, when he used to ether people, it used to be hilarious when he used to ether people.
Go Googling. Now imagine if you and me got us a white girl and started walking around with a Tom Cruise wig on.
Tom Cruise wig.
What do you think they say about us? If I got me a white girl and was like, "Hi guys, how you guys doing?" That is what she does now. You got to remember, what was Eve when she was dating black men? She was a pit bull in a skirt.
That's true.
Tattoos, everything. She got a white man, got rid of the tattoos. She done lost her Philly accent. Now she's hi. Why is it that every time a white man get a black woman, he get a nice one? Why he can't get a ratchet one? But a black man, no matter how much he worth, she's still walking around being ratchet.
Because I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret, and I can answer this question right now. Sisters will watch the way they act when they're with somebody who they think is going to do something for them. They will watch the way they act if they think they're with somebody who's not going to put up with the nonsense. I'm sorry. This is just the truth. They say it publicly. Hey, like, you know, I've seen clips from swirlers when they're like, listen, you cannot deal with and bring your attitude with you when you're dealing with white men that you can deal with black men. And so, sisters, I would say this. You know, you can't get the best from somebody if you're not going to give them your best. Like, I have to go to work every day. I have to work hard. I stay up till 4, 5, 6 in the morning sometimes to make sure I'm giving my best to my family. I don't know how. That's just how I was raised to do. I don't know any other way to do it. Anybody who's talked to me has talked to me late as hell at night, and I wake up early. That's how I give my best. Your attitude, your femininity is how you give your best to us. And I don't want to hear nothing about I'm in survival mode or this or that or that or this. So if you take me out of survival mode, bullshit. Because if you have to be taken out of something, you're always going to live in something. And that's just the bottom line.
You think Meg Thee Stallion, if she had a white man, would be doing any of what she's doing with this half breed?
Not that.
Tommy, why are you hard on Clay? Clay already had 2 bad seasons. Jeez.
Breeze, yo, Clay got a shot. Clay got a stray bullet out of nowhere.
I'm just saying that you watch them. They treat us like crap, no matter how much money we got.
Everybody, I'm going to get to the super chat soon as we get through this clip, just so you know. But Tommy killing them, man. Tommy doesn't get enough respect from the new cats. Like Patrice O'Neal doesn't get enough respect. I would actually put him on my Mount Rushmore of men's content. And he would be up there with people who don't like him and he don't like them. And it don't make a difference. What's the truth is the truth, whether or not you like me.
They still treat us like crap.
Oh my God.
They get a white man and completely change.
Oh.
He don't have to deal with rapacity.
bro.
When you asked me about Sha'Carri, if you watch that video, she sat there and was talking to her boyfriend like a dog. Told him, you gonna get it. And then, hi, it's Sha'Carri, when she was talking to the white man. You didn't notice that?
Yeah, very nice, polite
course,
way she
the white-
talked to the police officers and everything. Yeah.
Man, Tommy Sotomayor is crazy. But he said a lot of facts here. He said a lot of facts, did he not? I got a couple of super chats. First of all, I got Chad Powers for us. $5. Chad, thank you for the $5 super chat. Chad, now I know you was in the military, but I'm just wondering if you was a knucklehead.
I said, wait a minute.
Yeah, Chad. What did he say? White man is God to a black woman, and if they can't have God, they pick the devil, aka thugs, homosexuals, and pimps. That's why they love sisters even with broke white men. Jesus. Okay. That's deep. But the deep part is not the fact that a lot of it is true in some ways, because women happen to pick bad. I've seen all types of women pick bad before. But the problem is that the other women, when they're picking bad, I don't see them talking bad about their men. That's my big problem. I know Asian women who don't date Asian dudes, but when they say it in public, they get eviscerated by their family. I know a bunch of Asian thugs too, but they don't do it in public. I ain't never seen like a Mexican woman talk bad about Mexican men, like dog them out. Mexican women who date brothers, my wife, they don't dog them out. I just never seen it like this. So that was the thing that it's just puzzling to me as a man when I look at it. It's like, because I'm constantly told, don't say nothing bad about us. If you go date someone, just go on about your business. But I'm like, miss, are y'all practicing what you preaching? All right. Jakari Turner, 6748. Man, I know a Jakari, Cool Breeze Jakari from Arizona. Man, he was Cool Breeze. I used to work with this cat. He was like the coolest dude ever, man. The coolest dude ever. He was from the rich, too. That fool was from the Richmond, the real Richmond. I was like, you alive? You made it out and went to college. God bless your little heart. But with the $5 super chat, thank you so much, Jakari. And let me give you a little something. Now, I just need you to wait a minute first.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
And Jakari, I'm just wondering, do you like the big girls?
Big girls. 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 Big girl. Big girl. Big girl. Big girl. Big girl. Big girl. Big girl.
Yeah. So what did Jakari say? Black women used to being 500-year side chicks. Even if they don't date white, they respect the power dynamics, even if Brad is a bum or grandpa. So I will say this. You're living behind enemy lines, black men. And men in general. You are behind, and listen, I don't do the pity party stuff. And when I say I don't do the pity party stuff, I don't do the, well, you should have pulled yourself up by your own boots. No, it's hard. It's going to be hard. There's nothing we can do about it. So just get to fucking work, because the longer I sit here and say it's hard and I'm not working, a dude who looks like me is working hard. That's how I was raised. But that power dynamic is very tempting. You know, it was funny because I was listening to a podcast and they said something, and I haven't verified it, so I didn't want to put it there because I got to verify it. And a lot of things I verify actually through my family records from our family reunion. So a lot of things when I talk about it's like we actually have a record of my family reunion about the cultural aspects of my lineage in Texas, at least. That's why when people say stupid shit like I ain't got no culture, I start laughing at them because my culture goes back and I got it documented, baby. But here's the deal. You see, back in the days, black men weren't really allowed to have sex with white women. But black women were allowed to have sex with white men. And we're talking about the plantation. This is just what they say. It's allegedly until I verify it. And so when they went down there, a sister, if she had a baby, you know, or if they went somewhere with the white slave owner, sometimes he took his black woman with him on the road because he wanted some ass with him if he was going to be gone. And what he did was he would go and he would let, you know, his lady, his housemaid, his bed wench, he put her in this woman's old clothes. You know, she'd sew them up and make them good. And she used to look a little better. And what they used to do is they used to sit back and all of the men, when they'd have their slave girls with them, they would just sit on the back porch and sip their tea. And that's why they call gossiping sipping tea, because they sip their tea and talk about what they was doing with their master. Now that's allegedly, and that's a tale. I've heard the tale before, but I want to verify it more. So you have to understand what I'm saying, Jakari, is that this power dynamic goes way back. So I don't blame somebody by wanting or being seduced by a power dynamic. What I blame them for doing is trying to act like they're not seduced by it and trying to act like everything is everything. Just come out and say it. That's what you want to be, so I can deal with it accordingly. Hey, Dwayne Rhodes, thank you for the $2 super chat. No comment. Let me get my lead attorney. No comment, just the pure love of the game. And I thank you so much. I thank you so much. I thank you so much. And for that, my friend, I appreciate your vision.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
Yeah, thank you. And we got T. Riley. Thanks for the Tommy clip. Yeah, Tommy don't get enough love out here in these streets. I mean, listen, I know Tommy be wilding out sometime. I know Tommy be getting into it with people. I know he just got into it with Fatty and them. But listen, man, sometimes you just got to let Tommy got to be like that crazy uncle that you just let be a crazy uncle. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for the super chat, and I'm hoping for that $10 that you really appreciate the dancing Afro Latinas.
I said, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Man, we got 74 folks in here. Please just hit the like button for me. Hit the like button, and I'm so excited. Let me get a. I want to give y'all a little something, but what I want to give you, I want to just give you a little story, and then I want to read some of these comments. But I just want to give you a little story, just to understand something. In life, you always have to make your own decisions. You got to be your own person. And so I tell everybody, make absolute sure that, especially who you choose to spend your time with, your life with, make sure that you're picking that person based on real fundamental things that you need to go forward in life. You see, a lot of times you could pick someone who's just beautiful, but you can have yourself a big, beautiful dumbass on your hands. And that's okay. Some dudes like that. You could pick somebody who's ugly as hell and overly intellectual, and you can't look at somebody you can't stand to look at. You ain't gonna get everything you want in this world. You are not gonna get everything you want in this world. But what you're gonna get in this world is you're gonna get what you put into it. Never let anybody lie to you and say they're not making more land. It's a lie. Dubai built a damn island. It's a lie. There's all types of land here. They're gonna discover a whole bunch of land in the Arctic Circle when those bad boys melt, if that's what you believe in. What they're not giving you ever is more time. You cannot spend your time with bullshit people. Ladies, you can't spend your time with bullshit men. You can't. the thing that makes me so upset is when I talk to a lady, I'm like, hey, you know what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Just tell me about yourself, because sometimes I do consultations, folks. And one of the consultations I used to do, one of the packages I used to have is ladies used to want to know how to network to meet men who are just, I'm not trying to introduce you to no rich dudes, but just to meet guys who want to meet ladies and where to meet them at. Because a lot of times ladies don't know. They ain't been in a situation where they got to get out there and find nobody. Because let me tell you something. Once you pass 28, they stop flocking to you. And, I say, well, you want a lineman, want a blue collar men, they hang out here, they hang out there, just bases, clubs and stuff like that I know. Worked a lot in the Bay, and let me tell you what happened. I had to tell them that don't waste your time on somebody who ain't worth shit. I said this in my mastermind. I said this in a pro club. If you want to learn how to make content like this, hit me up, $50 a month, get a free consultation. Let me get that in there because I'm supposed to do it. I mean, I'm supposed to, right? It's mine. I don't really like to advertise anyway, but let me advertise for myself. The Content Creators Pro Club. But anyway, I was saying in there, they always making land. They gonna figure out how to make a land. Foster City, California is built on a damn landfill, but your time is finite and you don't know how much you have. Hey, I hate to tell you guys this, and I never want to think like this, but this could be my last live stream. I can't be making no more videos. This might be the last day I see sunshine. It might be my last night. I don't know, because nobody knows the time or the hour. Nobody understands. Only thing I understand is that I'm here right now and I got to make the best of it. And I can't be full of shit, and I got to tell the truth as I see it. I don't want to kowtow and tuck my tail when something's wrong. I just want to separate myself from it. I don't need to fight everybody and spend all my time fighting and all of this shit. I want to go to the gym. I want to go relax, man. I don't want to deal with bullshit. I can walk away from bullshit. There's nothing wrong with cutting it off if the price is too high to pay. But let me tell you, the ultimate price from anything is your fucking time. And you can't spend time with these ladies who was talking shit about Kobe Bryant when he passed away. You can't spend time with these ladies who was talking crazy about Kevin Samuels and thinking that it was justified to talk crazy about a dead man. And you definitely can't spend time with somebody who over a damn election on a lady who, whether you understand or not, if you're from the Bay Area, you understand that she just got black. She was Indian and Jamaican for years. She wasn't no black American. Trust me, she just got black. And you upset about a lady who lost the damn election, who didn't even run in the damn primary, and you hoping that black men get killed because 12% of them voted for someone else, then we got a real problem. And the problem isn't in the country. The problem isn't in the greater community. The problem is looking in the mirror and looking back at you. If you're in a situation where you, lady, if you, sir, if you, anybody thinks that any of that is justifiable, then you are the problem. And you need to be voted off the island. But you voted off my island because you can't come around me. You can't hang out with me. You can't be in my circle because my circle is tight. It's about a handful of people who can even fucking call me. A handful who can even call me on my real phone number. You might get my Google phone number. You might get a phone call that somebody in the Philippines might pick up and say, oh yeah, Grover will get back to you later. You don't know. But my phone number, my real phone number, is hard to get. And if you got it, if you're one of my few folks who got it, understand something. We can never, as a group, put up with this shit anymore. We can't put up with that Floyd shit. We can't put up with that destroying the whole brand shit because you don't know how to protect it. And we definitely can't put up with that celebrating a basketball NBA legend because homeboy decided to marry a lady from El Salvador that fucking Shaq hooked him up with. You dig? All right, let's get to some of these comments. I want to see what's going on. Let's see who I got out in here. I got a few. Shout out to Southpaw 21. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you something. It was the final straw when I seen people talking crazy about a man and his daughter dying. I didn't understand it. And K Sagar 123 says, this dissing black men came from black women in the media in the 60s, but to be honest, I believe they were reading scripts. Wow. Coach KL, the big backs. Yeah, boy. Big girls. K Sagar, I mean the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I mean, dating black women. I mean, dating. He don't date black women anymore. That was Southpaw talking to K Sagar. Disrespecting the dead and the daughter who died with him. I know what you mean. The Mac Roland, salute and respect from Houston. The Mac Roll. Hey, that title of Mac Rolling is Macadocious. Macadocious.
I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
I don't know if you guys understand that, but that's one of my favorite scenes on my stream deck. Hey, Keith Mac 112. Hey, what's up? I was just talking about you, my G. Keith Mac is in the pro club, I believe. I believe he is. If he's the professional musician that I'm talking about. At the Mac Roland again. Yeah, I do. People have my Google number because I don't give them my real number. I don't give my real number. So listen, folks. It's time for me to say one more thing. Sorry, ma'am. I'm financially celibate. If you want these mugs, they're tagged in the description. They're a good deal, and they're hella big mugs. Like, I usually got to refill my tea twice. I had a half a cup. It was enough. I'm about to refill it again, so a whole cup's going to do me the whole time. I'm going to refresh my tea. I'll be right back. I'll hit you with a little interlude, and I'll get right back to you. You dig?
Check this ish. Yo. I grew up on the crime side in New York Times side. Staying alive was no job. Had second hands, mom's bounce on old man. So then we moved to Shaolin Land. A young youth, yo, rocking the go-to flow goose. Only way I begin to G off was high-loot. And let's start it like this, son. Rolling with this one and that one. Pulling out gas for fun. But it was just a dream for the teen who was a fiend. Started smoking woolies at 16. And running up in gates and doing hits for high stakes. Making my way on fire escapes. No question I would speed for cracks and weeds. The combination made my eyes bleed. No question I would flow off and try to get the dough off. Sticking up white boys in ball courts. My life got no better. Same damn low sweater. Times is rough and tough like leather. Figured out I went the wrong route. So I got with a sick ass click and went all out. Catching keys from cross seas. Rolling in MPVs. Every week we made 40 G's. Yo, brother, respect mine. Or here go the Tech 9. Move from the gate now. Cash rules everything around me. Bring in the money. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Bring in the money. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all. It's been 22 long, hard years. I'm still struggling. Survival got me bugging, but I'm alive on arrival. I peep at the shape of the streets and stay awake to the ways of the world, cause this shit's deep. A man with a dream with plans to make cream, which failed. I went to jail at the age of 15. A young buck selling shugs and such, who never had much, trying to get a clutch at what I could not. The court played me short, now I face incarceration. Patient, going up stakes, my destination. Handcuffed in the back of a bus. 40 of us, life as a shorty shouldn't be so.
You know, this isn't supposed to be muted. Ha ha. All right, I got you guys. I got you. Let me get a 1. I see. Okay, Sagar, thank you went too deep. Let me get a 1 if I can get this mute done. Let me get this 1 if this mute is off. I should be there. It's a long delay, ain't it? Am I back there? Can I get a 1? Uncle Guns, can I get a 1 if I'm not muted anymore? All right, finally. Woo! Henry, 76. Okay. Now you guys can't hear me? Am I good now? I see I'm good now. Okay. Let's try it again. You know what really sucks is I don't have a script or anything. Everything is just naturally. I'm just talking to y'all. I just know what I want to talk about sometimes, but I don't have no notes. So when I start talking, man, when I be muted, I'd be like, man, I got some good stuff for you. Nah, but I knew I was going to have to come to YouTube. And I know I was going to start doing lives. And I know that like we have a channel that's basically faceless. But people started telling me I was AI, my voice was AI. And so I figured I'd have to just sooner or later come back, you know, because Guns has seen me do lives before. But these were like 4 years ago. But another mission I had was to really help people monetize their time on social media. And why? Because let me tell you something. Every time you're on there, they're monetizing you. So if you're making videos, they're monetizing off you, and you should get paid for it. I'm a great believer. Anybody who's ever done anything with me, I'm a great believer in making sure that if I do business with you, you get paid to do business with me. I mean, there's people I owe money to because I don't have their contact anymore. And like they were working for me, then they just fell off. But as soon as they come back, I literally had the money put up for them. I'm gonna give it to them because it's only the right thing to do. I say all of that to say this. Listen, a lot of folks, they don't really understand that it's not cheap to run a channel. You know, your equipment, your computer and everything. But once you get through the barrier of entry, you can actually make a living doing it and you can fire your boss. And so this is the last story I'll tell tonight. And this is a story about when I said I just wasn't going to be around bullshit anymore. And now I got an NDA, so I can't tell you what I was doing there. But I was working for DoorDash Corporation. I wasn't a dasher. I was working for the corporation, though. And I had a pretty good position in the company. I had maybe 2 direct bosses, but that's all. And those people, I never had to answer to them. I do what I wanted to do. I had a bunch of people under me. I was also one of the senior folks, so people would ask me questions all the time. I can go travel all through the region, through the country, what I wanted. If there was a problem somewhere, I could go to any place to solve the problem. If they wanted to, they'd pay for it, no problem. I had a company credit card. I was going to shoot some food content in Brazil. Shout out to El Guapo. Shout out to El Guapo, who hooked me up with the contact in Brazil. He was supposed to go with me, and he didn't go. El Guapo, my guy from Beautiful Lies, but like he's one of the folks that I would ask the fam, could I go to Brazil with, just because he's my homeboy and I like hanging out with him. So I was going there, and I had everything done, and we had a change of bosses. And one of my bosses actually said, one of my bosses actually said, hey, you're taking a lot of time off. I had some health issues. But they had told me, don't put in time, don't put in family leave. And so I said, oh, so are you saying that I can't go to Brazil? And they're saying, no, well, we got to figure out how to do it. And I said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to withdraw my time off. He said, oh, cool. I said, I'm just going to quit. So, you know, whenever I'm out of here, I'm out of here. But here's my notice and thank you. You see, I have been doing this, and for over 2 years, I have been making more at YouTube than I was at my job. And my job was 6 figures easy. I don't like bragging about money because it's corny. And so what happened was I was just able to tell them to fuck off. And so anybody, if you want to learn how to do it, I'm not guaranteeing you instant success, but I will work my ass off to make sure, and I will give you the tools to make sure that if you're really into it, I can get you there. So it's in the Patreon. It's $50 a month. You get 8 classes a month. 8. You get a channel review. You get something called the AMA, where you ask me a difficult question and I research it. And the people I've helped, they've really done well for themselves. And so I used to do this just on a one-on-one basis, but now I'm opening up to the general public. So, you know, the Content Creators Pro Club, and it's kind of a mission of mine to get some people to be independent. Hey, I got the kosher clinician in the house. You know what? I had a great consultation with the kosher clinician, and we talked. First of all, dude is like 6'11" or something. 6'11" dude. It's like he stepped out of a basketball court and just sat down and started talking to me. He's an actual licensed therapist. Everybody, the kosher clinician is a licensed therapist. And I know for a fact he went to North Carolina. Know how I know? Because he was like, you see it right there, right? He's proud to go to North Cackalack. But man, this brother is super cool. He really reminds me of, like, when I was talking to him, it was like talking to somebody in the family, like the same type of mentality. Old school, smooth, a good guy. So kosher clinician, man. Now listen, you kind of like a righteous dude, so I don't want to give you, I got some crazy work here. I got some crazy work here with my stuff. I got like the fat girls dancing. I got belly dancers. You like a cool cat. So I got to give you some Battle of the Robots or something, but I can't give you nothing too freaky because I want to make sure it's kosher. So Kosh, my G, thank you so much for the $7.77 super chat. And those are all God's number. I know a lot, and I know that. And so I just need you to wait 1 minute, and then we gonna get into it.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yes, Kosher Clinician. And what did my man Kosher said? He said, fire for your mind. Keep up the good work. Up late working. Man, I know what it means to be up late working because I'm probably going to be up till 4 in the morning on the West Coast putting it down. No, I got to actually go to sleep a little early because I got something to do in the morning. So I'll go to sleep. Since I got something to do in the morning, I won't go to sleep at 4 in the morning. I'll go to sleep at 3:30. Hey, Kosher looked tall. He looked tall on the screen. Like, and then he thought I was short. He was like, how tall are you, Grover? Like 5'9", 5'10"? I'm like, I'm 6'1", just because I ain't a giant like you. But listen, everybody, thank you so much for rocking out with me. Thank you for everybody who super chatted. I am so humble. I'm so humble. Like I say, you don't have to spend $1 or a dime. What I really want you to do is spend your time. But when you do it, it blows my mind. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Just to let you know, if you want to know what's coming up as far as the channel goes, I am putting together some Tommy Sotomayor stuff. I'm putting together the Snow Bunny Crisis stuff, which I think is going to be funny and informative. And we're just going to keep dropping content. Everybody, please go to THPPP Network on Facebook and hit us on Facebook. We're trying to grow the Facebook channel. Facebook is going to be a place where I'm actually going to do streams during the day, and I'm going to do different type of content. I think you'll like it. It'll be more of like face-on content and stuff like that and clips and things like that. But I really want to get that taken care of because I've had that channel for a long time. And the channel was actually almost hacked twice last week. Everybody, I'm not pushing Aura, but I was I am because they're sponsored, but I was a part of a data breach. Oracle had a huge data breach. If you've done business, HR, Oracle is all over the place. My social security number and my name was actually out there, and my email addresses were out there. And somebody literally tried to take away, someone tried to get into my Instagram for THPPP Network Instagram, THPPP Network Facebook, and THPPP Network TikTok. And I got pinged by Aura the day before, so I changed all the passwords and put two-way authentication. And then Facebook kept hitting me saying, hey, are you trying to sign in here? Are you trying to sign in? Are you trying to sign in from Ghana? It was from Ghana, Venezuela, and then I got one from India. So, they're trying out there. So I just want everybody to know that 2-week free trial, hit it up. I'm serious. I wouldn't tell you nothing if I didn't believe in it, and you actually get real monitoring, and I reported it, and they're working on getting me off of that, scrubbing it from the web because I've been found there. So anyway, hey, E305 MDC, welcome to the THPPP Network membership, and I truly, truly appreciate you, and I hope that you can get a little freaky with it. Yeah, thank you for joining Just the Tip, the membership. Well, folks, now it's time to say goodnight. It's time to say, let everybody know that we out of here. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm going to tell you something. I just want you to think about this. Don't let anybody tell you that they're not making more land. Make them understand that they're not making more time and they can't waste yours. Ladies, don't let nobody who ain't ish waste your time. Don't spend your time. Don't have a baby by somebody who ain't worth nothing. And if you did do it, don't have 2, 3, or 4. That's all I'm saying. I respect you, and it's okay to respect a woman who respects herself, and I don't have a problem respecting a woman who respects herself. Now, a stomp down, bust down, you ain't getting no respect from me. I'm sorry. Miss Hawkins, hey, good morning. Oh yeah, it's good morning time for you. All right, Miss Hawkins. Fellas, do not waste your time on people you shouldn't waste your time with. Don't waste your time on none of these ladies who just want you for your wallet. Don't lead with your wallet. Lead with your intellect. You know, your grandfather didn't have a bunch of money. What your grandfather had was a strong backbone and leadership skills because he was navigating his life through a world that didn't like him. And ain't much changed. The world still don't like you. Don't think that everybody is your friend. The only thing I tell you is don't let anybody waste your time. That's all I got for you, polite savages. Always make sure that you come back next time. Well, next live stream will probably be Wednesday night unless something pops up before. But in all cases, ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. And we're out. One love, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's get a roll call on the way out, and let's go. Where you at? On the way out. On the East Coast, where you at, baby? Miss Elizabeth Hawkins. It's good morning, so you got to be somewhere on the East Coast. The Mac Rollin', I know you in Houston, my G. I know you in Houston. Hey, I'm going to be in Houston at the end of this month. And I'm going to be in Houston permanently sooner or later. Oh, Miss Hawkins, you in Maryland in the DMV? All right. All right. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Knowfest, Houston, Texas. All right. I'm probably going to be in that spring area myself. I respect you all and thank you so much for your time. God bless you and have a good night.